Hello and welcome to the Two Red Robins launch of Raspberry Row, and what a collection we have to share with you. Let's take a look at this gorgeous little scene we've got in front of us. So we've got, of course, that beautiful thatched cottage in the background there on the way to Raspberry Row, and we have got our family of our little hamsters as well. Don't they look dapper, dressed in all their finery? We then have those beautiful leaves, just using them to frame and just place the whole design itself. Now, within the Raspberry Row launch, that's a little bit of a mouthful, that one. Raspberry Row launch, we are going to be sharing with you two web exclusive die sets as well. Here they are, and they are gorgeous. So the names of these always make me giggle. So we've got the Hamiltons, which is a completely brilliant name for a family of hamsters. I mean, look at them, they are so cute, just sitting there nestled amongst all the greenery there. And then we have Enchanted Eden. So if you want to create that wonderful space, you want to create that design in that you've got kind of leading down the garden path, that rickety old gate at the background, you've got the tulips in the borders there as well. Really gorgeous. The dies themselves, lovely large size on these. So you've got that beautiful scene with the little hamsters, and then of course a wonderful scene building die, and of course wiggly line cut-in dies, which just help you ground the whole look on feel of your collection as well. So those are an absolute must-have, web exclusive designs for Raspberry Row. We do have a USB as well. So Minecraft Studio USB for Raspberry Row, absolutely gorgeous. Of course, if you're familiar with Minecraft Studio, you'll know this is absolutely packed full of not only your characters, but those scenes and all your designs to allow you to build up your own stories with this design. It's also got included on here the Minecraft Studio program as well to get you started with that too. Let's take a look at what is included within Raspberry Row, because we've got a whole host of dies there for you. So move my dies out to one side. Let's start with our first character, shall we? This is Mrs. Cheeks. And of course, the first thing you think of when you think of hamsters, and it's the wonderful ability that they have to store all those wonderful yummy foods in their cheeks. But doesn't she look just gorgeous in her little overcoat and her beautiful bonnet there? Because this is a character die set, we do have the reflection artwork, which has the reverse reflection as well. We do have YouTube tutorials showing you how we can cut those out. And of course, being Two Red Robins, that artwork is available both on that USB, but also as a free download on our website, highlightcrafts.com. Next up, a few more characters. And again, dapper gentlemen here. This is the Hamberts, a little trio or fine gentleman and a little baby one, very cute with their top hats and the overcoats there as well. Lovely, almost like watercolor effect artwork to this, and of course being character dies, once again you've got that reverse reflection. So think about decoupaging these up, snipping in, bringing some of the elements through the foreground there to create your stories and scenes. You can, of course, if you want to, snip around the little hamster and the other hamster there and create them as just single hamsters in your designs as well. Very sweet. Next up, let's look to an element that will give us a bit of world building here. We've got the raspberry brambles, of course, taking its name, Raspberry Row, from the wonderful raspberry brambles that line the way to Raspberry Row. And of course, with this kind of die set, you've got all of those wonderful cut line details, the little pops of colour in those raspberries, just drawing the attention through. Now we're giving you that one die, and of course the surround as well. So if you want to make it into a topper, absolutely go ahead. As we've mentioned, that artwork is available to download for free from highlightcrafts.com, but you will also find it on the Minecraft Studio USB. But look what you can do. Taking that one die cut, layering it, snipping into it, building it up, you can create whole worlds of those leaves with all those beautiful berries in there as well. We then have probably one of my favourites from this collection. We of course have Raspberry Cottage at the end of Raspberry Row. So again, really lovely design. Thatched cottage. It kind of takes you and transports you to that world of bygone days, doesn't it? Lovely kind of hazy artwork to it as well. You've got the fence in the foreground, the thatched roof, the greenery. Even when you get into the artwork there, a little bench just by the side there, and of course the decoupage layers for your chimney. We've got, of course, the ability to cut into, so you've got the outline of the house there. So if you want to make those kind of pop-up cards or over-the-edge cards, gonna be perfect for that designing as well. And I mean, my goodness, just look at them. If we bring all of those together, look how we can double up the fence to create those different elements of the story. You've got Mrs. Cheeks in the foreground. We've snipped into her, we've decoupaged her up there. And we have the beautiful Mr. Hamsters on the other side as well, just framing that little corner with the leaves and of course that backdrop of Raspberry Cottage in the background there as well, of course giving you all those decoupage layers to really build and tell your story from Raspberry Row. Shall we have a look at what's included on the Minecraft Studio USB? Let's go and have a little look. Now we have got scene building, reflections, as we've mentioned, papers, backgrounds and scenes. So lots and lots to get our teeth into. Let's just touch on the reflections first off, because we have mentioned those already. If I drag and drop the index card, you can see, let me take off the ruler and grid, and you can see there we've got all of the artwork available for these designs. So if you're using these with your dies, you simply print this off at 100%, depending on your computer settings, lay your dies over the top and you are good to go. So that is your reflections. Let's go and have a look at the scene building as well, because as we've mentioned, each one of these individual layers you can use to build up. So even down to taking each one of these little berries and having them separately in different colours as well, different leaf designs, different berry designs, allows you so much craftability with this look. We've got the design here. Let me just take away those 2 pages and then bring in all the other 2 index sheets from the Minecraft Studio design. Here they are. You've then got, of course, more of those floral designs, the little bench that we saw, the little fence paneling there, and of course, just take a look at our characters. I mean, look at this cheeky chappy. Let me just zoom in because he is just adorable. Look at him with his little belly. It's just so cute. Now, of course, being Minecraft Studio, the program itself, Minecraft Studio, is on the USB as well. And that allows you to change up the color, it allows you to change up the sizes. You've got full control over this graphics program to show you how you can use these designs. Again, plenty of tutorials on our YouTube channel to enjoy using these. Now, Raspberry Row, we're also going to bring you a whole load of papers as well. These are fun. These look really, really yummy. Let's have a little zoom in and then we can have a little look. So we've got, let's just move those ones out. Ones with raspberries on. I mean, that's really bountiful. Perhaps you're making, I don't know, recipe journals or something like that. Maybe you're making jams. We're coming into that kind of wonderful, bountiful season. These would be great for the labels on homemade jams and things like that. Lots and lots of detailing, double-sided pages there as well. And then these are beautiful too. You've got all that kind of worn, scrumpled up, old, vintage paper inspired design. So again, great if you want to go down the route of making journals or indeed recipe cards with that. There is still more to discover on this USB. Let me take out those 2 index sheets and share with you the backgrounds. So true to form, of course, being Minecraft Studio, we are bringing you all of these beautiful background papers, even down to ones which have the little characters, as a Dipsy print design on them as well. But these are all colour matched. So whatever projects you're making, if you're creating these alongside your die cuts, for example, you can rest assured that the colours used in these are going to match in with the colours used in the artwork as well. What you can also do is change the colours being Minecraft Studio too. So you've got full control over all of those designs. Let's just take a zoom into those florals there, because look, this is just delightful, isn't it? And of course, we can change up the size, we can change up the orientation, lots and lots of beautiful ways of using this. We finally, on this USB, also then have a whole host of beautiful scenes that you can place your Raspberry Row cottage and your gate design in as well. So you've got the cottage, you've got it in your A4, you've got it in your A5 placement. We have zoomed in versions where you've just got sort of the door and the windows, or the raspberry bushes. Perhaps you want to layer the wonderful little hamster families in amongst those. Really, really pretty. We've still got more backgrounds to share with you. More raspberry lanes, sort of with the fields and the hills in the background there as well. So lots and lots to get you started on this wonderful, wonderful Minecraft Studio USB. We also have an SVG download available on the Highlight Crafts website as well, called Raspberry Ro. So if you want to mix and match that with Minecraft Studio, absolutely works brilliantly alongside that. And of course, for all you Scan and Cut users, it is the perfect download for you as well. Shall we have a little look at the wonderful die designs? Have a little play. So this is actually one of our lovely Mel's demos that she will be bringing you during the shows. But I wanted to have a little play with just a few of the elements here to show you how they go together and how we can decoupage up these designs as well, and how they lend themselves to really, really pretty and inviting cards. So here we've got some of the backgrounds here from the USB, and you can see just by matting and layering them, adding a little bit of ink around the edge, it gives you this wonderful vintage feel. By matting and layering, it's drawing the eye to the center of your card design and leading the story, if you like. Next up, printing out one full background scene of that beautiful raspberry cottage there. And do you know what? As a card in and of itself, that would be beautiful. Maybe a little sentiment across the bottom here, and that would be great. We're talking new homes, we're talking new beginnings, we're talking birthday cards, get well cards as well. Beautiful artwork for all of those occasions. Next up, if you want to bring in those die cut elements, here we have Raspberry Cottage. So use the thatch roofs as a decoupage layer, build that on top, using a little bit of foam to lift it, and look how we can start transforming the design by bringing those elements forward. That foam lifts the layers and gives you more prominence on the certain pieces of this scene building. We've also then got further designs. Remember, when you're adding things to your layers, give them a little bit of shaping, give them a little bit of texture, perhaps a little bit of Pinflair glue gel, perhaps a little bit of foam tape on the back there as well. And again, taking those decoupage layers further. You could at this stage pop your sentiment on, again, decoupage card ready to go. But maybe you want to start including a little story. So maybe you're looking at almost like a new family moving into the village here. So you pop your little hamsters to the foreground and instantly it balances the design. The focus is on your hamsters. Of course, what we could always do is decoupage those hamsters further if you wanted to, with a little cheeky tilt of his head, maybe. You could, of course, make the hamsters part of the story. Just have one of the smaller ones snipped away from the main bundle there. And now the emphasis is more on the house, but you're adding in and engaging in that design with the little hamsters too. We then, of course, have further decoupage layers. So look how we've taken the house cut away and then add in some of the decoupage to build that layer forward. It could be that you snip away the edge, maybe snip away that post as well, bring it over to the other side, and you could indeed have the fences at both sides of the design there as well. Maybe you want to swap out the fence and pop those decoupages in. Maybe you want to layer it with the fences behind. You know, all of these options for you to decoupage and layer to your heart's content. Of course, we could bring in some of the leaves if you wanted to have the leaves to frame the design as well. Perhaps some of the other characters too. But that's just a small snippet of what you could be creating with some of those die cut elements. If we have a look at what the wonderful design team, thank you very much guys, have created. What about something like this? This is created by Lou. Thank you very much, Lou. What about making it into a frame? And see there how Lou has used those beautiful leaves to frame the top of her design, almost bringing in this kind of covering to the top, so it makes you feel like you've stumbled across this beautiful little cottage in a clearing. She's used and layered those fence panels a couple of times to again add and aid into the story. Same thing with the decoupage layers of the bushes and things too, and of course her hamster family nestled in amongst those fences there. Perhaps you want something a little bit more clean and simple. We've got a lovely stepper card design here, again by Lou. Again, creating that central piece, this time focusing more on those little hamster characters and the trio, and of course Miss Cheeks in the foreground there. Then embellishing the stepper further with a few little leaves, and as we've mentioned, really great for that wonderful new home card aspect of this as well. So that's a little look at our Raspberry Ro. I hope you'll be able to join us for the shows. Thank you very much for taking a look at our video today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to be kept up to date with all the latest videos from our YouTube channel. If you would like to see more from Highlight Crafts, make sure you click the like button. Subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below and click the bell icon to receive notifications on all our future content. You can also click here to see our latest video or click here to see more videos like this one.